Hey guys, Louie here. I'm going to do a quick segment on the Big Mac Index because I think it is one of the more interesting parts of McDonald's history, and it pertains to a study of fiat currency and silver. I've done a couple of videos on this, and it's time to update it. But yes, the Big Mac is tracked in terms of its purchasing power all around the world. Now, you are all familiar with the Consumer Price Index, and this one goes from 2014 to 2017. The red line is all items, and what it is telling us is government-reported inflation has been right around 2%. Plus or minus 2% a year. Your dollar is worth 2% less every year, and given a long enough time period, your dollar will be worth almost nothing. But what I've done before is I have analyzed the Big Mac Index, which again is usually used to compare the price of a Big Mac around the world, and that is interesting as well. But if you just track the Big Mac Index, the price of a Big Mac over time, which is recorded because of this Big Mac Index, you can get a sense for what you might call true inflation. So in 2006, the price of a Big Mac was $3.10. In 2009, $3.57. 2014, $4.80. Okay, and I put that next to the price of silver. During that same period of time, an ounce of silver went from $12 all the way up to 40 something, and then back down to 16. But the point of my last video was that silver has stayed very steady. Let me show you the graph here. So, and again, this only goes to 2014. We'll update it in just a second. And yes, I did get my Big Mac coin. Thank you, Silver Wolverine, for showing me how to do that for $1 with the app. That was so awesome. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But back to the Big Mac Index, you know, we can see a Big Mac steadily increases over time, which you might consider to be the true cost of inflation. In this case, it didn't take that many years to devalue the dollar by about 50%. But silver has gone up and silver has gone down. Silver was 16 in 2014, and now it is between 15 and 16, so silver continues to go down. So this chart, these lines have crossed, and silver is now even lower, whereas the price of a Big Mac has never been higher. The price of a Big Mac today, I believe, the Big Mac Index, this may be different in your town, but whereas the price of the Big Mac Index was $4.80 in 2014. Now the last reported number that I saw was $5.28. That was as of January. This is already August, so it's probably even higher. So $5.28. And if we go back to that chart, clearly, you know, this line. Find the line here. Hold on. This line for the Big Mac is spiking. Okay, spiking. Even though everybody says inflation is tame, even though everybody says there's going to be deflation, etc., the price of a Big Mac is spiking, the price of silver is falling. And that's the takeaway I'd like to give you is if you think that $15 silver is not a good value, think again, because the Big Mac Index says it is. And there will, I think, ultimately be a reversion to the mean between true inflation and silver, which is the hedge against inflation. So these will come back together at some point, and I'm sure that'll drive silver back up to $20 or so. But I think that is what a Big Mac tells us, that yes, things do get more expensive over time. CPI is not a true judge of real inflation, and you know, this Big Mac coin is just a very interesting demonstration of the power of something real. Hold on one second. So why is this coin so sought after? Actually, it's a token. Why are people jumping all the McDonald's all over town to try to get the 5 different coins? What makes it so interesting? Well, there's memorabilia factor, which some people collect McDonald's. It's flippable. You can buy the set for 60 bucks on eBay right now. But more interesting than that is it entitles you to another Big Mac. So basically the value of that token is $5, but it is an inflation protected $5 because in 10 years from now when a Big Mac costs $10, and yes it will, and you'll tell your kids, I remember when I could get a Big Mac for $5, and they'll say, really, Dad? Well, I remember when you could get a Big Mac for 29 cents, for crying out loud. But, you know, minimum wage was $1 or something too. So everything is relative. But your dollar, your fiat is crashing. It's dying. It's burning. It's being chopped up. It's got the weed whacker to it. So why is a token for a Big Mac so popular? It is a true $5 token. So in this case, I think McDonald's proves that, you know, there is value in something that is backed by something. And yes, I did get my coin the other day, my medal the other day. I went to 4 McDonald's, and the first 3 were completely sold out. The first McDonald's said they got their full allotment of 250 on the first day, and that was all 5 coins. And people were getting all 5 coins from that McDonald's. The other ones didn't tell me that much, but you know, I'm really not sure if they're getting all of them all at once. This lady, the first one, said that she was all done and that's all there would ever be for her shop. The shop where I ultimately got one, the 78 to 88, I believe, didn't say anything, but they did have some. So I think some are getting 50 at a time, some may be getting 250 and getting all 5 coins. But I really enjoyed using that app and getting that Big Mac and the token for another free Big Mac for $1. And I'm going to go back and try to get another one today. You know, I don't really care about this token, but I do find it interesting that it is probably the most covered story on YouTube and among coin enthusiasts in a long time. So that's fun, and I would like to have the set, but you know, I just find that human behavior is really funny. That you know, they made 5 million of these coins, and people are searching them up like they are diamonds, right? But the real value is you could hold this coin for a while, and when a Big Mac becomes $10, maybe you could use it. Although there might be an expiration. I also asked the person if they had any coins that had been returned so I could get those, and they said, yeah, but we have to send those back to McDonald's. So the coins, when they're redeemed, and I think you can redeem the coin or the certificate, but when the coins are redeemed, they are instructed to send those back to McDonald's. So I wonder what's going on with those. Are they melting them or something? Well, anyway, that's my quick story about the Big Mac Index and my search for the perfect Big Mac and the perfect set of Big Mac coins. The Big Mac was pretty tasty, I have to say. Way too much salt on that burger, but I hadn't had one in, wow, years probably. And I might even go get another one today. All right, everybody, be sure to download that app if you're going to go try to score a Big Mac, and I will talk to you guys later.